All right, thanks again, Adam, for having me out here today to see kind of what goes on with one of your crews with HD Roofing. Can you share a little bit with us about what's happening today?
Absolutely, James. Always a pleasure doing business with you. You know, today we're out here at a job site here in Valrico. First of all, our guys get to a job site usually around 6 o'clock in the morning. We started this early this morning. We cover up all the bushes, make sure everything's prepped properly. That way, right at 6:45, 7 o'clock, they can start tearing this roof off. We strip everything down to the plywood. As you see it now, you've got underlayment here, you have shingles here. It's, what, 1:30 in the afternoon. Our guys already have this house completely dried in that we started this morning, which is amazing. You won't see this out of a lot of different roofing. We use dump trailers because obviously they're on tires. Rubber is not going to damage a concrete driveway or pavers, which you run into quite often anymore. From start to finish, it's very, very detail oriented. I'm OCD about how I do things on my job sites. I'm very peculiar about what kind of crews that I choose to align myself with to do this kind of a job, because it's a war zone. Let's face it, a roof is not a small project. And you see it more and more often now when you get roofs that are over 10, 15, if it gets to 20 years old, these insurance companies are dropping homeowners right now based on the age of the roof. James, you know it just as well as I do. That's a big hitter when it comes to selling a house, is the age of a roof. Water heaters, AC units, and roofs being the most expensive, can determine, make or break the sale of a house. So you can see here that we've got the underlayment that's on. We've got the shingles that are being done. We've got the drip edge that we change out. That's the little metal strip, the drip line, which is black right there up against the fascia. That completely gets changed out during a roof install. Again, this is something that we will be done with this afternoon. And the other good thing that I like to put my money where my mouth is. I don't collect any money up front for any of my jobs. I know you think I'm crazy about that, but at the end of the day, if we do what we are supposed to do, people have no problem handing over a check for the job that we complete, because it is our job to have no dissatisfied customers whatsoever. Customer service is key. You really won't find that in construction. I've been in it for a lot of years. So we don't do any money up front. We collect once the job is completed, and that makes sure everybody's happy. The customer satisfaction comes first. So in real estate, again, I'll touch on this, James, you need a guy for certain things. There's a reason James and I work together. It's because of trust. I trust James, James trusts me. Real estate, you got houses for sale, you maybe have 100 houses and 1 million realtors. There's a reason why you call James. There's a reason why James calls me when a roof's involved, because he knows that my word is gold. If he calls me and a client needs me and there's somebody that needs to come out immediately to get the job done, he calls me because I'll be there. I'll get on your roof that afternoon and I'll check it out, and I'll either give you a clean bill of health or we'll address the issues, whether it's a replacement or repair, whatever needs to be done to make sure that you can sell your home, you can renew your insurance, whatever the case may be. I am here to help.
All right, so Adam, you know, obviously we're seeing a great example of a shingled roof today, but you know, are these the only kind of roofs you guys do, or what other kind of roofing do you guys do? Not
at all. Obviously, shingle is the most common that we run into. Many neighborhoods have shingle roofs, but we also do tile, we do metal. That's becoming more prevalent now. Seeing that in a lot of rural areas, people are getting away from the shingles and going metal just because it lasts longer. A lot of times when you're in homeowners association communities like we are in today, they will only allow shingle roofs, so that's fine. We specialize in all of them, as well as TPO, any kind of flat roof systems, commercial or residential. We do it all.
Awesome. Yeah, so Adam, another question I was sort of thinking of is, you know, okay, usually people know that their roof needs something because water shows up in the house or something like that, but are there maintenance things or things that general consumers can do to sort of look after and care for their roofs?
Absolutely. I would, just as a general principle, I would recommend to all homeowners, once your roof gets to be 10, 12 years old, make it a habit to contact your roofing contractor and get your roof checked out. You know, just have an inspection done. I would say for shingle roofs, it's very tough when you look at these soft washes or any kind of washes on a shingle roof, because it will eat the aggregate off of the tar paper, which is the shingle. It'll eat that completely off. You'll check out your gutters. Your gutters will be full of granules, which is that aggregate, which ruins the integrity of of the roof. I've actually been on roofs that people that actually own these roof washing companies, and they have obviously experimented on their own roofs, and it literally looks like softballs have pelted the roof just by the bare spots where there's no aggregate whatsoever. So stay away from that. That's my recommendation. That I would definitely like to touch on as far as just general maintenance that you can do as a homeowner. A lot of people, if you have trees, oak canopies above your house, I know here in Hillsborough County where we're at today, a lot of oak trees. Those leaves shed during the fall or different times during the year, and they will pool in your valleys. So think about it. When water hits your roof, when there's a rainstorm, and it pools in that valley because water takes the path of least resistance. If there are leaves there, that water is going to soak, which is then in turn going to cause a leak when it was due to nothing as far as the installation of the roof, but it's going to leak because the water has nowhere else to go. It's going to intrude inside of the house because it's just sitting there. So it's going to weaken those valleys. So I would recommend going up and blowing out your valleys anytime that you see that leaves are starting to accumulate.
So Adam, can you share with us a little bit what makes HD Roofing different as far as what you guys do as a business practice compared to, say, 100 other roofers in Hillsborough County? I'm glad that you asked that question, James, because that's something that usually is shown with our action, not just our words, so it's good to have a chance to get to express that. Number one, first and foremost, you see this big, beautiful box truck that we have here. This shows up on every one of our job sites because it is loaded to the gills with any kind of material that our roofers need. Okay, this is why our roof projects don't string out 3 and 4 and 5 days, because we have everything here that we need. We have an on-site superintendent that's going to be here throughout the project that speaks English, Spanish, and can communicate with not only the roofers but also you as the homeowner. So it makes everything go seamlessly, smoothly, no problems whatsoever. We clean up, we make sure that everything, your house looks exactly like we found it with the exception of a new roof. So these are things that we pride ourselves on. Like I mentioned before, no money up front. Most roofing contractors require either a 25, 50, or 75% down payment for the project cost in order just to order materials or permit. We don't do any of that at all. So we like to be a preferred vendor. We are a preferred vendor for many insurance companies, which kind of frown upon the construction industry right now, but we work with many different insurance companies. We do retail, we do insurance work, we do financing. So we're really a full service roofing company that can handle any and all of your needs, and we don't shy away from any project, big or small. All right, so another question I'd have for you that I'm sure people want to know is what's sort of the lead time? So from the time you and I first meet and I say, you know what, yeah, let's do it, we got to get the roof done, what does that look like? Super solid question right there, and that's one that a lot of homeowners ask, because right now in the market that we are in, with the depleted material market, a lot of people can't get the things that you need in order to get a roof done. We again are a preferred vendor for all of our material distributors, which means we pay our bills, number one, which is important. On top of that, from the day that you sign paperwork with me, notice of commencement, service agreement, you are ready to go. I will have your roof on sooner than 2 weeks. Wow, that's pretty impressive. And that includes permitting and everything? Permitting and everything. I can get a permit pulled within 24 to 48 hours max, and we will have your material ordered on site. We usually, how our process works is I have a group of girls in the office that will contact you, the homeowner, and let you know that we are delivering a dump trailer on X day. We are delivering material on Y day, which both are usually the day before the job starts, and we will be starting your roof the following day. On a roof this size that we're at today, with our crews, maximum amount of time it's going to take with any crew that I've got is going to be a day and a half. This one's going to be done by 5 o'clock. We showed up this morning at 6 a.m. So we are a high horsepower roofing company that can handle all your needs. That's why, you know, our phone rings and we don't really get a chance to make these videos. So I appreciate you today, brother. No worries, man. Thanks a lot, Adam. Appreciate your time today. So again, Adam Wilson with HD Roofing and Construction. You also know me around town as the roof expert. See my truck or something like that riding around, I'm here to help you. Give us a call, 813-690-2749.